Welcome back to my channel, viewers of Big Sky. There was people literally in my comments section saying, this show is a mess. I may not even watch it anymore unless the writing improves, but then I have to watch it to see if the writing improved, blah, blah, blah. And it's very mixed opinions in the comments section. But Stephen King, I don't know if y'all saw this a couple months ago, Stephen King said this is the best new mystery drama on TV. Do we agree with that? That's what I want to that's what I want to hear, because I know that y'all have a lot of opinions. I make this channel to hear your opinions as well. I really want to hear your opinions in the comments, and because y'all have a lot of interesting opinions. And where is Ronald? Where is Ronald? Getting straight to the plot of the show. Where is Ronald? He's close enough to visit the town and visit his grave and stalk Jerry, but then he's far enough away that people don't recognize his wanted poster. I don't know, girl. Especially that suspicious sister. The suspicious sister, she seems like she would watch true crime. I don't know. And if you watch true crime and you watch 60 Minutes, you should have seen Ronald on the TV, okay? That's all I'm saying. And who are the new baddies? Not the good kind from Instagram. Who are the new bad guys? Well, we get introduced to the new bad guys in the first plot line of the show, which is Naomi and Alan. Naomi is the wife. Alan is in trouble because he's out here trying to sell some stuff. And then the dad gets in the mix. The whole subplot happens so fast. And you can tell, the point of that subplot was just to introduce the new bad guys. Honestly, that's the whole point of that plot. So I was just like, I mean, I felt like the show could have been an hour, could have been 90 minutes, but then again, maybe it is 90 minutes without commercials. It was just, it dragged a little bit for me. Not starting in the beginning, but in the beginning, I was like, who are these people? What's happening? Why is there horse semen? Okay, was anyone else trying not to, was anyone else trying really hard not to be immature when they were talking about horse semen? I'm just like, please, I don't want to talk about horse semen. Who's stealing the horse semen? And they're like, and then how did they get the horse semen? And they're just they talk about it so casual, yeah, the farm hands steal the horse semen. I'm like, from when? Anyway, moving on. So I predicted this. Either I predicted this or they watched my channel and took my suggestion. We'll see. Yeah, that's the possibility. That makes more sense. Yeah, that's the thing. They watch this channel. But I said they should hire Jerry. Jerry needs a job. She's out here flapping. She's still being stalked by Ronald. She needs protection. And they hired her. And that's... I didn't predict it, but I said they should do this. Now, I don't know if there was that many hints before, but I was saying this. And then... I said Ronald is still being a creepy little effer. Ronald is still being really creepy. He's calling and doing a breathy... He's doing breathy cold calls. We all love those. And he's close enough to visit. And this is what I said before. How is he close enough to visit, but far enough the sisters don't recognize him? I don't, whatever. So let's talk about Horst. Let's talk about the new bad guy. The fact that he brought the dirt to the jail. This guy, so his whole character is, I summed him up like this. He can barely walk. He's super paranoid. He's desperately trying to maintain the status quo, but he's also dying. So he's just raging against he's raging against the fading of the light. That old cliche. So I'm just like, okay. I also put in my notes, the Jeff Bridges comparisons are inevitable. I'm not going to go deep into that, but, I definitely got a little of that. I'm like, but you know what? There's a lot of, older, crusty gentlemen who sound like that. So, Jeff Bridges is not the only one allowed to sound like that. Sound like he's chewing tobacco at all times. Okay. As a villain, I like him better than Ronald. His likability factor is that he's so funny. And I think that the same thing, well, not funny, but there's just an entertainment value to his level of absurd villainy. You know what I mean? Kind of like the mom in the first episode where she was just dragging and roasting the shit out of her own son and just bullying him into the ground. I don't know why I like mean parents. That might be a little Freudian thing. Might be something I need to investigate. Anyway, but I do like his character in that I love how he's just absurd. He was at game night and pulls out a gun. Okay? And he's like, "You pulled out a knife on your daddy?" I can't. "You pull out a knife, you better put it away wet. Sit down." And he's just like with the gun out. Like, is it that serious? And when she tried to roll the dice for him, he's like, "I can roll for myself." I'm like, oh my God. He was going off on people, and I love that for him. I love that for him, and I love it for us because it's so entertaining. It's just so entertaining to see this man who's like old and curmudgeonly and can barely walk just like rule everyone around him, just oppress everyone in his vicinity. He does not care, ladies and gentlemen. Like, he is here to yell at you. He said he brought, okay, so let's talk about him bringing the dirt. He brings the dirt to Blake in jail, and he's like, "This is all you'll ever get at my ranch." And Blake is just like sitting there in handcuffs, like, just like, okay, like, I was sleeping, but go off, I guess. Pull out the gun, can barely walk. Okay. And the fact that the family members are just waiting for this dude to die. Like, what? Okay, this is another question that I want you guys to answer. Do you think that the dad is going to die of natural causes? Because he's very close to that. But do you think that someone's going to kill him? Because that's the way this show goes. They're always trying to twist stuff too much. They're doing too many twists, and I'll get to that in a second. So who is Blake? Blake is Jenny's, I put Jenny's shady ass friend. He's an alcoholic. They're trying to paint him as like, he couldn't have possibly done the thing. And I guess it doesn't make sense. I mean, it makes more sense that he did do it. Like, it doesn't make as much sense that it's like a plot against him. So like in the real world, I get why everyone's like, he probably did that. Like, yeah, I feel bad for him. I'm kind of side-eyeing him, but whatever. John Wayne is his brother, and he used to date Jenny. Let's talk about Cassie and the detective. So we're kind of rewinding a bit. When Cassie and the detective meet each other, so the detective is Deputy U.S. Marshal Frank Lindor. Okay. I literally had to look these people up because I was like, who are all these people? There were so many people introduced. There was like, what, all 6, 7 of the new characters were introduced in one episode over the course of 2 hours. And I was just like, who is that? What's their name? Say their name again. So I'm just like, let me just Google it. I literally just Googled it. I'm like, I'm literally over it. Okay. So this is the embarrassing. Okay. Now I'm going to read this quote from you from an article describing his character. He's a bounty hunter with a penchant. Frank is brash, unbuttoned, and believes life's too short to wear closed-toed shoes. He uses biting humor and brazenness as armor. What? He was kind of a little spiritual at one point, kind of a little mystical at one point, but I don't know I don't know about that quote. I thought that quote was really weird. I'm like, I think that's like a press release quote, but it's not fully matching up to how the character behaves. Maybe we haven't seen enough yet. Whatever. Cassie and Deputy Marshal Lindor, whatever, Frank, whatever. Why are they immediately fighting? It's immediately like turf war. And I'm just like, I guess she doesn't want them to continue the investigation without her and Jenny. I guess that's what Cassie's like reticence is. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just like, okay, but honestly, like, I understand that as a private investigator, you need the job and you want to be involved in him getting arrested, but at the same time, wouldn't you just be like, any way we can get this guy off the street and stop harassing women, that's what we want. Like, he's sitting across the dinner table from a little girl right now. Like, I want him to just get arrested to save the girl. Like, I don't care about who gets the credit. I don't know. Anyway, and then I was like, why is the detective so obtuse and cryptic? He's so cryptic. He's so cryptic. And Cassie is like, so basically you don't have anything? You didn't find anything new? That's what you're basically saying? Okay. And I was just like, aggressive, Cassie. Aggressive. Don't know if you need to be that aggressive. I don't know. And then I'm like, are they trying to create sexual tension or general banter. And I put in parentheses, not working. I mean, it's not working for me. They just seem like they're bickering, and I'm just like, do we need to be bickering this much? Can we just have a conversation? Like, if they could, I feel like his personality is just coming across so weird and awkward at this point. I mean, like, I don't like the dialogue they really gave him and Cassie to have so far. I hope that gets better. I don't know. Excuse me. And then I have a bullet point for Ronald, and I just say, Ronald's dumb, stupid ass. I hate him. I hate him, dude. I hate him. And this is what I said. The first bullet point says, his wig. His wig is trash. His wig is more tragic than his backstory. It's terrible. Um, and then his trigger. So the deputy was like, we gotta find out his trigger. His trigger is pushy broads. His trigger is a woman doing anything at all that he finds unpleasant in even the slightest manner. Okay, that's his trigger. Okay, like even when him and his girlfriend were in bed, and she's like, "It's okay. Are there things that you like? There's things that I like." Like she was trying to do like sexy talk, but he's so insecure. He's just like, "Stop talking. Shut up." And I'm just like, no, you're not going to tell women to shut up in my house. No, ma'am. I hate him. I hate him so bad. I really do. He's such a loser. He's such a loser. And then like, who is he visiting? Where is he? He was visiting his mom's grave. But where is that? He visits his mom's grave. First of all, how does he know where his mom was buried? Because they found her body and buried her after he left town. And then, so I guess he just looked it up. Can you just look up people's graves? That's another question. Anyway, whatever. There's so many plot holes. Like, let's not even waste our time on the little tiny plot holes. Moving on. So he's like, visits his mom's grave. But like, his mom's grave is not that shed that he went to. What is the shed? Is that the shed where the girls were held? It doesn't look the same. I couldn't fully recognize or get where he was visiting, because on the camera he's visiting a grave, but when he has the birthday cake and everything, where is he at? Like, I don't really know. Let me know if I missed that. Y'all are definitely going to let me know if I missed it, because you let me know that all the time. And then I have the very last bullet point is Cheyenne. Cheyenne is the sister. She's sassy. Do we like her? Do we like Cheyenne? She's a little sassy. She's like, no one ever listens to me. I'm just supposed to fall in line and shut up, or whatever she said. Know my place and shut up. I'm just like, oh, well, sounds tough. But like I said, I was a little bored. Like, this could have been like an hour and a half, and it felt really long to me after a while. And I'm like, the show has so many subplots stacked on top of subplots, stacked on top of subplots. Like, for instance, now Cassie is arrested. And I said, are they trying to be topical with the police brutality? I'm like, what are they saying? Where is he taking her to? What is going on with that? I don't know. I don't know about all this. And then the show is fine to me, but I feel like it actually distracts from the main mystery. The main mystery is, where is Ronald? How are we going to apprehend him? What's going to happen with that whole thing? But now you're mixing in all these people, okay, that's an option, I guess. But it's just like, it's so much. It's so much. I just can't. Well, it's hard to keep up with, and it's hard to care about every single plot line. It's like, ugh, another thing. It's kind of like the news cycle. Another thing. It's like, of course I care about police brutality and Asian folks getting harassed and hurt and all this stuff. But when it's a barrage of stuff hitting you, you're just like, I can't deal with this all. I can't do all this stuff, you guys. It's all too much. But anyway, I made it under 15 minutes. Good for me. I talked about all of my bullet points. There was more stuff towards the end of the show, but I didn't care about the other stuff. And I glossed over that whole first plot line pretty much. Why am I still talking? Bye. Let me know your opinions down below. If you are still here, leave a little I don't know, leave a something emoji. What is a something emoji?